The police officer who was charged in 2019 with the passing of his wife is scheduled to stand trial in 2023. Detective Corporal Lawrence, the policeman who was charged in relation to the passing of his wife during a domestic dispute at their home in Tower Hill, St. Mary, 2 years ago, is scheduled to stand trial on July 3, 2023. The date was scheduled by Chief Justice Brian Sykes when the police officer's case was mentioned in the St. Mary's Circuit Court on Monday. Lawrence was charged with the passing of his wife during a shellings incident on May 28, 2019. This resulted in the passing of 45-year-old Janet Hardy Lawrence. In addition to the trial date that was set, a case management hearing was scheduled for July of this year. Detective Lawrence, who has been in custody since his arrest for the passing in 2019, is yet to take up a $5 million bail offer from another judge that was made in December 2020. Justice Sykes, however, extended the bail offer to the accused policeman as well. Police reports indicated that on Tuesday, May 28, 2019, at approximately 6:30 a.m., Lawrence, along with his wife, who was a businesswoman, were engaged in a serious argument at their house in Jamaica Beach, Tower Hill in St. Mary. Based on reports coming from residents, later they heard some loud, dangerous sounds and alerted the police. On the arrival of the police team, they found the now accused police officer at the main entrance to the house. He was assigned to the Trelawney Police Division at the time. Mrs. Hardy Lawrence was found with several dangerous and serious holes and was pronounced by the medical team. According to reports coming from Indicom, which investigated the matter, the police found 2 dangerous tools, a service dangerous tool and also a licensed dangerous tool, which were both connected to the accused policeman, along with 12 remains from the shellings. The detective corporal was reportedly questioned in the presence of his attorney, and a file was subsequently created and sent to the Director of Public Prosecution, who ruled that Lawrence should be charged with the passing of his wife. At the time of the incident, however, there were conflicting reports surrounding the couple's troubled life. Interestingly, however, the detective corporal reportedly detailed his troubles in a voice note to his colleagues, in which he allegedly confessed to having taken the life of his wife moments prior to the recording. Police officer who was charged and fined $1 million for the 2014 viral video of the shellings of a taxi operator in Hopewell, Hanover, has won an appeal against his charges and sentences. However, Constable Weh W is again to stand trial for the charge of causing harm intentionally, with a police officer has won an appeal against the fine that was issued against him for a shellings incident involving a cab driver. A police constable who was charged and fined $1 million for the 2014 viral videography of a shellings incident involving a taxi operator in Hopewell, Hanover, has won an appeal against his charges. Constable Weh W is scheduled to stand trial for the charge of causing harm intentionally that stemmed from an incident 7 years ago. It was alleged that on March 24, 2014, Mr. Hamill was on duty in Hopewell Square in Hanover, where he stopped a taxi driver. A dispute subsequently developed between the two individuals, in which the police officer reportedly took the taxi operator from his vehicle and was about to cause harm to him with a serious tool. The subsequent complainant testified in court that both he and the police officer fell to the ground and they became entangled. The district constable later pulled the taxi man away while Hamill was pulled away by onlookers. The subsequent complainant then stated that Hamill pulled his dangerous tool from his waist. It was further added that District Constable Jolly was still holding the complainant, while Mr. Hamill issued some serious shellings in the hair and then issued 4 shellings at the taxi driver. The taxi driver was hit twice, once in his upper areas and the other to the lower areas. In relation to the defense's case, Hamill in his testimony said that the complainant was the one who was causing issues on the day of the incident. Further, he indicated that while trying to stop the taxi driver was driving off his vehicle, so he tapped him on his arm to ask him to stop. The taxi driver came out of his car and pounced on him, caused harm to him twice in the face, grabbed an upper area, and then he fell. He said that in an attempt to defend himself and to prevent his dangerous tool from being taken away, he issued some serious shellings in the air. Hamill testified that the complainant did not retreat or seem scared and came after him. Thereupon, he said that he issued 2 additional shellings to the lower areas of the taxi driver. Of course, Mr. Hamill was charged and officially sentenced for causing harm intentionally on July 1, 2016, and he was later given a fine of $1 million or 3 years behind bars at hard labor. He was given 30 days to pay the $1 million. At the appeal hearing, his attorney, Hugh Wildman, argued, among other things, that the charge should be squashed on the grounds of the directions of the trial judge to the jury on self-defense. In his decision, however, the appeal court agreed with Hamill that the learned trial judge omitted to treat with and direct the jury on the statutory defense available to him under the Constabulary Force Act. Section 13 of the Constabulary Force Act provides that the duties of the police under this act shall be to keep watch by day and by night, to preserve the peace, to detect serious issues, apprehend or summon before justice persons found that have committed serious offenses or whom they may reasonably suspect of having committed any offense. Against that background, the court decided that Hamill was wholly deprived of a defense. His success on ground 2 of the appeal therefore requires that the appeal must be allowed and the conviction and sentence overturned. Despite the appeal being allowed, the nation's second highest court orders that the case should be remitted to the circuit court for retrial at the earliest possible time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about these incidents that have been discussed in this session. Thanks for watching. Remember to remain safe, vigilant, and alert at all times. Take care.